right, folks, if you're not living under a rock, then you heard that the new content scale version 3 launched this November 2023. There's a lot that we're building here. It's almost hard to describe because we're laying the bones of an incredible future when it comes to building robust solutions that will actually work in the content marketing and content creation world. So when you sit down and you create content, you need a solution that you don't have to spend hours learning how to use, doesn't actually put you at risk, and share proprietary data with the world. Those are all risks that the content marketer has typically when they sit down to use a tool like ChatGPT, Claude, etc. You're working with an LLM that is going to share your material with the world at large. So something that makes content at scale unique and different. In short, why would you use this over a generalized, almost free AI writing tool? We're building a robust solution that functions and works a lot like a human writer, meaning it follows a set of steps that you don't have to train it on that mimics the process of a human writer. Real-time research to find facts, linking to all of those facts in an article, in-depth 3,000 words generated and written in the style of good SEO content, much like you would have to train a writer how to do. I spent 11 years of my life. I was a full-time SEO long-form writer, got paid quite a lot of money. At one point, I was charging $5,000 a month for 4 articles. You can do that with content at scale for around $30 per article or less. Literally just as good as what I would go to sell you if I was to sell you this as a service. But content at scale version 3 is so much more than what we call the content producer, which is our long form AI writer. We're building the bones of the future of online content and quite possibly work when it comes to your efficiency with AI. So this idea of building something robust that can be used with a tap of a button, you don't have to learn how to be a prompt engineer. It doesn't risk sharing your data with the world. It's a good, well-built, safe solution. It's going to touch more than content. It's going to touch efficiency and how you actually work, how you can retain data, publish and share your own proprietary knowledge, the stuff up here that the robots don't know and can't replicate because that comes from you. So we have 3 technologies that launched at Content at Scale. The content producer is now the name of our long-form premium SEO writer. RankWell is our trademarked proprietary suite of SEO intelligence tools like the optimization audits you can now run, in-depth topic reports, custom briefs, keyword research, which are the foundations of our content intelligence suite, trademarked under RankWell. Then we have an all-new section called Generative AI, where you can command our new chatbot called AIMEE, which stands for Artificial Intelligence, Maximizing Efficiency Everywhere. You know we were going to get an acronym in. We have such big plans for AIMEE, not all of which I can reveal yet, but it will truly function like your smart sidekick, like that executive assistant, and it'll function better than a human. It'll always be on, and it will learn and get smarter on you and your specific style day after day. Right now, you can use AIMEE to create all types of short form content. We have AI agents that are pre-prompted AI agents specialized for certain functions. For example, we have an SEO expert. That's an AI agent that is at your disposal in our generative AI platform, where you can ask this super trained AI agent how to build an SEO strategy. And much like a human expert consultant, they will give you a list of steps against proven models and proprietary frameworks. Just generalized LLMs pulling from the internet at large. These are cultivated models trained to give you the right answers. In generative AI, you can generate undetectable AI words. You have AI detector scans. You have an entire AI prompt library of thousands of hand-cultivated prompts that get you specific output, whether it's a Shopify product listing, a short-form tweet, a LinkedIn post, you name it. Right now, generative AI is in beta. We're going to be releasing more and more AI agents, making the formatting better, improving the UI as the weeks go forward. So you can expect this part of our platform to actually get better and better. But without further ado, I want to take you to the desk and actually run through some of these features with you and show you what the new Content at Scale version 3 looks like.
All right, so this is our generative AI platform here, and you can do a lot of different things with generative AI. For instance, we have our AIMEE chat here, which you can use as a general chat bot. This is to answer questions. Think of it like a souped up ChatGPT experience. That's what this is. We have a blueprint section where you're actually able to use this as like a tool section. So we have a Shopify expert, we have an Amazon listings blueprint, and what these will do is it'll help you create specific actions that you want to complete very, very quickly. In this section, we have AI agents. These AI agents are trained on various different niches to complete tasks quickly. And today I'm going to go over a few different ways that you can use these AI agents to supercharge your business. Let me go ahead and explain a few things about the actual dashboard itself. We have here a title, and think of this like as a normal doc. This would be like your Google Doc where you'd be able to jot your ideas, take stuff from the AI agents, from the blueprints, and add it to this in order to create a long form doc that you might use, or just to say that for future use on anything they might use. And a few of the use cases that I have are to one, summarize an existing blog post. This is gonna be step one. So over here in Content at Scale, I've created an article. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this article, and I'm just gonna ask AIMEE, which is our generalized chat, to summarize it for me. Awesome. So we got a full summary based off the blog article that we created with Content at Scale. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add this to our actual editor. So all at a click of a button using these three dots, I went ahead and I added it to our editor for future use. That's going to come in handy for what I'm about to do. From that, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use one of our agents here. I'm going to go to copy the prompt here. And actually, we can do this right within AIMEE chat. The prompt is, I want you to come up with 3 image ideas based off of this article. I'm going to put a semicolon, and I'm going to copy what we just came up with AIMEE from the blog post summary. I'm going to paste it in. Coming up with images can be difficult for a lot of people. So whenever you have a piece of content that you've written with Content at Scale, oftentimes the imagery, which is one of the things that Google often looks for within an article, is kind of hard to come up with. And so within Content at Scale, with using AIMEE chat, we can actually get image ideas for each article. It gave me 3 different image ideas to go off of. And it gives us a visual representation of what it should be. We kind of use this with an image generation platform like Leonardo. You want to use DALL-E to create an image, you can use that as well. Or just use Canva and create an image for yourself. So that's one powerful use case for AIMEE chat and our generative AI experience. The next thing I want to get into is creating thought leadership posts with one of our agents. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm still going to keep this summary, and I'm actually going to go to our professional writer. There's 2 different writers that you can use. One is going to be a LinkedIn creator, and they'll specialize in short form, not only responses to LinkedIn comments, but also for creating shorter LinkedIn posts with things like updates or just ideas for you to create for LinkedIn. For the professional writer, we can actually use it to create more long-form thought leadership pieces based off of blog post summaries that you've generated for articles with Content at Scale. Let's copy and paste in our article summary. And that was quick. All right, so already we have 3 ideas for thought leadership pieces for our LinkedIn. So I can actually just copy these and say that I wanted to expand on one of these. We go and copy this, and I'll say, I want you to expand on this. So all of our agents are trained to complete tasks. And our professional writer and our LinkedIn agent are no different. So if you're going to create long-form thought leadership pieces, these are great tools for you to use in order to create those posts. For instance, here we have an entire thought leadership piece made by Caitlin, our professional writer. And you can go in and you can ask Caitlin or any of our other agents to make iterations on this and use our document editor here in the middle to then copy and paste over and finalize the actual document. The next thing that I want to go over with you very, very quickly is content upgrades. Now, content upgrades are ways for you to engage more with your audience and get them to actually opt in so that way you can get more information either about an article that you've written or just about your brand and services as a whole. It's a very valuable tool for you to use in order to capture that email address. And in fact, email is still one of the most important avenues for you to make money with your blog, with your site. I'm actually going to show a screenshot here from somebody here at Content at Scale. I'm going to pull that up right here. This is Farnas, and she manages our content here at Content at Scale. And she says, I had a meeting with Seraph, a customer. He paid someone to make him a content plan and was not satisfied with it. So we did it all together using only AI agents, and the result was amazing. It took us only 5 minutes. Using AI agents is extremely powerful, especially email and content as a whole is extremely powerful for your blog and for your site. So let's go ahead and go into creating that content upgrade. And we're actually going to use our Liam agent. So up here, we have our current agents, and we have Liam McAllister, SEO specialist. Let's go ahead and click on Liam here. Let's copy the prompt in, and I'm going to read the prompt for you. I want you to suggest 3 content upgrades based on an article that I just wrote. Here's the summary. And so once again, we're just going to take the summary here. And this is why the document editor is so powerful, because you can have it all in the center of your screen. You can go back and forth and create these long form documents. So let's go ahead and paste this in. And now we have 3 content upgrades that we can use for our blog. And it makes the whole process of trying to think about what to do for content upgrades so much simpler. And you can just build it out here all in one platform using Content at Scale, all included inside of your subscription. Very powerful and easy to do. All right, this last one that I want to go over with you is something that I really enjoy doing, is just creating newsletters. And oftentimes I find myself just reading a ton of newsletters, honestly. Newsletters are a powerful way for you to engage with your audience and build trust and loyalty with all of your customers. And one of the agents we have is Presley Prenwright, a newsletter creator. This is a powerful agent for you to create meaningful and purpose-built newsletters for your brand, for your niche. You can even go use other agents, then market that newsletter and expand on it even further. The prompt that I'm going to give Presley is, can you help me create a newsletter for my brand? And I'm simply just going to ask it that. I want to show you the difference between using something like ChatGPT and using content at scale, using our AI agents and what they do. The response from Presley was, absolutely, I'd be delighted to assist you in creating a newsletter for your brand. To ensure we craft an engaging and effective piece, could you please provide the following information? What is the nature of your brand? Who are your target audience? Do you have any specific themes or topics that should be included in the newsletter? Are there any existing branding guidelines that need to be adhered to? Your responses will allow me to understand better what type of content would resonate with your audience and reflect positively on your brand. Looking forward to hearing from you soon. Automatically, our agents are prompting you with the information that it needs to create a powerful newsletter. And most of the agents within a content at scale platform are built this way to where if you give just a general question where you want to complete a specific task, these agents will then prompt you in order for you to complete that task quickly and effectively. So for question number 1, I responded with tarot. So let's go ahead and continue answering these questions. So we'll do one again, tarot and spiritual enthusiasts. And then for 2, do you want the newsletter to focus on a particular aspect of tarot? Focus on readings. And just general knowledge. And then for 3, for a specific tone, I want to go with fun and engaging. So now that it has my responses, it's going to go ahead and start shaping the newsletter for us. So it came up with a title for us, came up with an introduction, came up with a section, came up with another section, reading tips, came up with section 3, spiritual guidance, and then fun fact corner. Already we can tell that this is going to be an engaging newsletter. It created sections for us. And this is kind of like a template for us to use going forward in order for us to create a really engaging and thoughtful newsletter for our audience. And from here, you can build it out even further. You can use the same template over and over and over again in order for you to get a consistent newsletter throughout your entire newsletter series for however long you want to run it. And that's going to be it for me. I hope you enjoyed everything that generative AI has to offer. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at jeff@contentscale.ai. I'd be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Until next time.
I've created a new project with absolutely nothing in it so that if you have nothing in your project, you can follow along with your own content. So today we're going to do keyword research, make a topic cluster, make a topic report, take a look at the content planner, make a customized brief, and create content. That's a lot of stuff, and we can do it all in content at scale. Let's start with keyword research. Again, in your project, you'll see these tabs on the top. Let's click on keyword research and topics and keywords. John, what is keyword research? It's important to do keyword research because this is literally what people are typing into Google. You don't want to guess what people are typing into Google or guess what your audience wants to hear or know. So keyword research is a great way to validate your topic before you start writing. Let's type in a seed keyword right here in the tool. John, what is a seed keyword? It's a keyword that generates more potential keywords. That's why we call it a seed keyword. Okay, my seed keyword will be content marketing. Let's generate some keywords. Are you sure? Yes. Like I mentioned, keyword research is a great way to validate a topic before you start writing about it. So let's look at this data down here. Let's take this very first keyword, which comes from our seed keyword. It's actually the same phrase. It's just the actual keyword. People are typing that into Google 102,000 times per month. Very popular keyword, quite difficult to rank for, 76 out of 100. I'm going to hover over this informative little icon here and read that so that we fully understand what ranking difficulty means when we're doing keyword research. Difficulty shows how hard it would be for a website to rank organically for the given keyword. The higher the number, the harder it will be to rank highly. Okay? And if there's a dash there, it means that information is not available. Here's also cost per click, CPC, as well as a 12-month collection, as well as the most recent 12 months of trending information. Also, we have some actions we can take with each keyword in our report here. We can add to planner. That's if you know you want to write about this keyword, but you also know you do not want to write about it right now. Or you can create content. That's if, of course, you want to create that content right now. Or you can create a topic cluster from that keyword. Lastly, if you do not want to see this keyword, you can simply hide it from the report. by clicking Hide Keywords. You can always reveal those keywords once more by toggling See Hidden Keywords. Okay, now that we have a full report of many keywords based off our seed keyword, let's go find one that we want to create content on. In my case, I know I want to touch on content marketing, also content strategy, but also something with SEO because that trend is not going away. Okay, so here's one that I do like, SEO and content strategy. If I click Create Topic Cluster for this keyword, it'll take that keyword and semantically related secondary keywords and group them for me. So let's create a topic cluster from this keyword. Now we're looking at the group of topic clusters that Content at Scale created based on that one seed keyword, SEO and content strategy. If you remember, our original seed keyword was content marketing, but I actually used SEO and content strategy as a seed keyword to create our clusters. So now we have several clusters. I'm interested in the one concerning SEO and content strategy verbatim, because I know I want to write about that topic. And here's that cluster. Let's expand it to see which secondary keywords we are targeting along with our primary keyword. I might want to hide some of those secondary keywords if they're redundant or if they're mentioning some brand that I don't want to mention. So let's take a look. SEO and content strategy, I want to keep that one. I'm going to review each of these secondary keywords. Content SEO strategy, you know what? That's a little redundant. It looks like it may be semantically identical according to search engines. So I'm going to hide that keyword from my cluster. That keyword is now hidden from my cluster, and I could remove or hide other keywords from my cluster. But for now, I'm going to add this entire cluster to my content planner. From the content planner, I can click on the edit icon to view a lot more options. Here we see our primary keyword as well as many secondary keywords. Now, just like hiding a keyword from the clusters, I can just simply omit these secondary keywords from this dialog box here. I can also customize the brief, which we'll get to in a minute. So let's go through one by one some of these keywords and see which ones I want to remove. We may be only left with like 4 or 5 really good ones. I can even add my own if I want, or again, Customise Brief will come in handy here. So content marketing SEO strategy, I'm going to keep that in because it mentions content marketing. Content optimization strategy, I will also keep in because I like the word optimization and it could imply a semantically similar but still different enough intent when the user types that into Google. So I'm going to keep that one. SEO and content marketing strategy, I'm not going to keep that one. Creating a content strategy for SEO, yes, I'll keep that one. SEO strategy content, I'm not going to, that one doesn't even make sense to me. 2022, that's dated. Local SEO content strategy. I'm not planning on talking about local SEO in this blog post, so I'm not going to include that one. HubSpot is a brand I'm just not super interested in highlighting in this content, even though I may, I just don't want to totally focus on it. B2B SEO content strategy, lastly, I'm going to keep that one. So we have 5 secondary keywords along with our primary keyword with a word count range of 2,000 to 3,000 words because that's what my project settings dictated. But I can always change that right here. For now, I'm going to keep that range of 2,000 to 3,000 words. I could even add additional context if I wanted to. That is optional though. Let's click on Customize Brief. Customized Brief will give us an outline. It'll show us the outline of what the AI is going to talk about in the draft before we commit to writing it. Let's see what it comes up with for an outline. Now that we have a customized brief from Content at Scale, let's check out the outline, understanding SEO. What I really love about the customized brief is that it brings in ideas for an outline above and beyond what I could possibly think of. And I'm experienced in this niche, to say the least. So I'm just grateful that Content at Scale brings in these headers for me. This is an outline. These are headers that the AI will write if I create the content now. I'm going to review them just so we understand fully what's going on. Understanding SEO and content strategy will be a header. Key elements of an effective SEO content strategy. I like it. Steps to develop a robust SEO content strategy. Role of Google, impact of social media, future trends. I love it. Case studies. I love it. Now, when I see the word case studies, I know that I'm going to have to edit that to my liking. So I'm going to go research my own case studies and bring them into that header. So let's save this brief, go do a little more research with a topic report, and then commit to writing the content. Save brief, and we'll go do a topic report over here in Content Intelligence. Click on Topic Reports. I want to do a topic report for our exact keyword, which is SEO and content strategy. My topic report will scrape data from the US. I'm not going to select a region, and it'll do so in English. Let's create a report. Now that the topic report for our keyword SEO and content strategy is ready, let's click on View Report. Each topic report includes this trend data from the last several years. And as you can see, this particular keyword is trending up colossally and will not go down anytime soon. We also see average word count of articles that are ranking for this keyword, average readability level, average keyword frequency, as well as word count, readability, keyword frequency, images, headlines, paragraphs. Let's check some of these out. Right off the bat, we can tell this is a very competitive keyword. So you'll have to edit in your own experience and expertise when editing the draft that Content at Scale gives you. Let's click through these tabs. Readability, keyword frequency, images. Almost all of them have more than one image, several images, headlines, paragraphs, title length. Again, very competitive keyword. We can see bold word, headline words, paragraph words. And down here, we can see ranking articles. Here's one from searchenginejournal.com, 7 ways to easily set up an SEO. I assume it says strategy. Let's expand that and take a look. The AI will have researched this already. It's just so nice to see. Look at their intro. They're just right into it. Military leaders study their adversary, tracking their patterns and plotting their course. They look for weaknesses and opportunities, and they use that information. This is getting really meta because we are using that information to devise a strategic plan of attack to increase the likelihood of victory, which is what we're doing. Content at Scale is not the end of the rainbow. We want you to use Content at Scale to publish content and attract visitors to your site and steal traffic from other competitors' sites. We don't want your competitors getting traffic. We want you getting traffic. So that's topic reports. Let's go back to the content planner and create our content. Remember, our keyword was SEO and content strategy. We have several secondary keywords. We also have a customized brief that we created. So I'm going to toggle this and click create one post. Are you sure? Please confirm if you're ready to create posts for the selected one keywords. Yes. Content at Scale takes only a few minutes to write the content. After that, we can click into its title and review. Now that it's been 4 to 6 minutes, we can click on our newly written content. Right off the bat, I do see the score is 64, which gives us some cool opportunity to test out some new SEO improvement tools inside the editor here. So let's click the title of this piece and look inside. Maximizing Growth, your guide to, what did it say? It'll show up here. Your guide to SEO and content strategy. I really like the title. It gave us also a URL slug, SEO and content strategy. John, what's a URL slug? That's what we want right after yourdomain.com. We don't want yourdomain.com/blog/2024/January/whatever. We just want a clean URL with that URL slug. It also gave us a meta description, all of which we can edit. Meta is unleash the potential of SEO and content strategy to boost your online business. I like it. Now, like I said, it gave us an optimization score of 64 out of 100. It also gives us this quadrant of statistics here, which I will quickly go over. We have 2,900 words, where you could very well have 2,000 to 2,200 words and stay pretty competitive. We could bring that word count down with a rewrite or with an edit. Again, this is going to be a wonderful draft that we can edit. I mean, we got the draft in 4 or 6 minutes. Like, that's crazy. Anyway, media 0 because we haven't added any, but it is suggested we add about 4. Just like we saw in the topic report, we do want to add media. 15 links, those are external links. 12 out of 16 of the checklist items. So let's quickly review how to bring the score up. 2 quick ways. The checklist right here. So we could turn these red X's into green check marks to bring that score up, add images, but also this button, Optimization Audit Feedback. I'm going to click Get Optimization Feedback. It'll take a few seconds and then give us a nice little laundry list of things to manually edit to bring that score up. The Optimization Audit Feedback is here in this list. You can go one by one and make your edits. Let's look at some other cool tools down here. Keywords and entities. You see all these crazy awesome colors. Let's decode them. So the keyword SEO and content strategy appears 12 times in our content, where in similar content that is ranking, it appears 14 to 44 times. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing it 44 times, but 12 might be just fine. But it is outlined in that color, orange or yellow, because it's below that range of 14 to 44. So you could manually edit 2 more instances of that keyword to toggle that, to make that green. Now, another keyword here, content strategy. Again, these are keywords verbatim, right? Content strategy appears 42 times in our content, where similar content has 11 to 27 instances of that keyword. So it's white because it's over the range. Sometimes that's just fine, but use your own judgment there. Target audience, we do not talk about whatsoever. Sometimes ranking content talks about that. It looks like 2 to 4 times. So if you do want to talk about that, you could go ahead and very well talk about that. The AI did not automatically insert that because sometimes people just don't want to talk about that when they're talking about our primary keyword, SEO and content strategy. Some more keywords down here. High quality content. It's green because it's within the range of 1 to 4. We have 1 instance of that keyword. Even real estate. Look at that. We talk about it once because it's green. So it's because it's in the range of 1 to 2. All sorts of keywords down here that you have the option of talking about. You don't have to. It's not like a SEO rule that you have to turn all of these keywords green so that they're in the range, but it's here to guide you. Now, with all of that said, actually there is another tool I want to talk about, the NLP Optimization. Click this tab here, NLP Optimization, to get a side-by-side salience comparison between this content and content that is ranking for that exact keyword on the internet right now. Salience, so cool. So John, what is salience? You can think of it like prominence. So this keyword, search engine optimization, in this particular content has a very high salience of 0.1392. That's out of 1. 1 salience would be like if our whole article said search engine optimization, then it would probably be a salience of 1 because that's the entirety of the article. Anyway, very useful tool. Why? Because Google uses salience. Why does Google use salience? Because humans use salience. Search engines are continually, increasingly approximating human nature. What do I mean by that? I mean, the bottom line, you don't have to impress search engines if you impress your audience. Optimize for your audience. These are wonderful, really useful tools. At the end of the day, they are just tools. And if your content, I want you to remember this, if your content is helpful to your audience, readable to your audience, and relevant to your audience, you can feel comfortable publishing. Now, in the meantime, these tools are an excellent guide to get your content readable, helpful, relevant to your audience. So I want to go over the actual content. Let's take a look. It wrote an intro for us. It's actually quite, I really like it. Ever felt like you're pouring your heart into creating killer content, but it's just not getting the love from Google, which is what we just talked about? I know how that feels. Picture this. You possess a collection of, I would just say have. You have a collection of carefully researched posts and da-da-da-da-da. I really like it because it's engaging, okay? And as a creator, the intro's job is to push me down in the content. In this case, into the table of contents. The content's job is to keep the audience interested so you can continue helping them. Let's scroll down. Look at these. It gave us H2s. It gave us, of course, the regular paragraph text, external links, key takeaways. Insane that it's able to do this in 4 to 6, what did it take, 6 minutes for us to write this content? Key elements, focused keyword research, another H2 here, some click to tweets. It would take a human, even if they're a subject matter expert, it would take a human, I don't know, 4 days, maybe 3 days. If they're really on their game, they could do this in a day. And if you find that person, and if you can afford them, and if if they deliver. But with content at scale, it's always there. It'll always deliver the draft. So anyway, let's take a look a little bit more of this draft. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. FAQs. John, what are FAQs useful for? So you'll notice when you Google almost anything, that the people also ask section in the search engine result page often ranks above the second organic result. That means if you can rank for people also ask, then you're ranking above the number 2 result in Google, which is insane. You can sneak into the top 10. There are questions that people don't necessarily type into Google, though they could, but they're still ranking on Google. It's an amazing strategy, FAQ. You don't really have to know all that because we just do it all for you. Conclusion, awesome. I'm glad it did that. Now, lastly, again, like I said earlier, content at scale, we do not want it to be the end of the rainbow. We want you to get traffic using content at scale, get more visitors to your website. And in order to do that, you have to publish the content, right? So you could, copy paste the whole thing, but you're going to lose some formatting. So if you are copy pasting into your content management system, for example, WordPress, then you can click this 3-dot menu here, toggle to code view. This is the real-time HTML view. On my Mac, I'm going to do Command A to select all, Command C to copy, go over to my CMS, toggle to the same code view to make sure your CMS understands you're pasting HTML, and then Command V, paste HTML. So super quick to copy paste HTML. The entire article will maintain its formatting into your CMS. Now, what if you want to do it even quicker? What if you want to publish even quicker? You can set up our integration into WordPress and then simply update the status from ready for optimization to published, and it will actually publish on WordPress. More appropriately, you should probably update the status to draft. It'll update to draft on WordPress once you're integrated into that. I'm not going to do that for now. So that's all my secret sauce inside the editor here. We've reviewed the content itself, the SEO tools, as well as how to publish the actual content. I'm going to quickly review these other 3 tabs here. Research pulls in the ranking content, just like we saw in the topic reports. We can see the ranking content for our keyword. These are actual articles that exist on the actual internet. 7 ways to easily set up an SEO content strategy from, I believe, searchenginejournal.com, as well as, the 12th and 15th results down here, how to create an SEO content strategy from moz.com. What's super cool is you can actually click on these H2s within that actual content, and you can add this content rewritten and re-optimized for your article. It'll add that content wherever the cursor is. So if I click here and click that content, it'll consider all of this and inject it into your content. Super cool. Plagiarism checker right here in the tool. AI detector right here in the tool. Quickly add media by drag and drop from your desktop, or search our gallery to quickly add media. A lot of that is going to change very soon. It'll be way easier to get some really cool images. I'll tease that for now. Really cool images into your articles with content at scale. History will show a history of all your changes, all your edits. So that's it. We've seen how to do keyword research inside content at scale, make a topic cluster, make a topic report, planner, right? We looked at the content planner. We created a customized brief in content at scale, and we created the content. Guys, we did all of that without leaving content at scale. Like, it's insane what you can do. In its very early days, content at scale was just creating the drafts. Now you can do the research, you can do the ideation, like Jeff was showing us. You can do the keyword research, you can do the topic clusters, topic reports, add it to your content planner, make a customized brief, and then create the content, publish it to your site. Have fun with content at scale. Thank you guys.